Good morning. Good morning. It's Jody Fitzgerald here with Fitz Your Dog Training with my Friday episode of A Dog's View. I am a licensed family dog mediator, and I'm very happy to here sharing with you a dog's view, stepping into a dog's paws, taking a look at what life is like for them to help you and me understand them better and live with them better and learn how to create better bonds and create trust. I have custom solutions that fits your dog is what I like to come up with, and we get to do when I'm working with you and helping you with your dog. But for this show, I wanted to bring up and talk about um, greetings and meetings and greetings. I have recently watched a wonderful webinar with Turid Rugas, if I say her name right, with the Nordic Education Center for Ethical Dog Training. And they just really brought up and reminded me of how much the simple body language that we overlook with dogs. This is something that I have been very interested in, do understand quite a bit about body language and calming signals, but they just refreshed it in my mind watching this webinar. And I definitely learned some more. I started, thinking about it more, and I realized that it's very true. We can create a much better bond with our dog if we spend the time understanding and gaining their trust by learning how to communicate with them. And if you want to starting just simply with the beginning, with saying hello, how you greet dogs. As a human, we often, hey, how's it going? You say hello, and you shake hands. Depending on the culture, there's so many different ways that we do greetings as humans, but dogs have a very, very different language. And it's so beneficial to them if we can spend the time to learn it, to understand what they're saying, and how we can communicate with them with our body language a lot. It's really, I see it with my own dogs all the time. There's such simple things, um, that dogs do when they're meeting another dog, when they are or meeting a human, that we need to catch. You need to learn these things so that you can learn how to help them and respond and to keep them comfortable. The Turd used the word polite a lot, and this is exactly it's nice manners, paying attention to what a dog is doing and respecting their body language. It's manners. It's respectful. It's courteous to pay attention and to learn and to help to have that just beginning conversation with them. Can once you learn it, you can actually have they will trust you because they'll be like, hey, somebody understands me. And they really, really respect that. They like having that. Everybody wants to be understood. And dogs are really trying, and we don't see it. There's so many little things that are missed in their small, subtle body language signals. And so simple things. I mean, the first one that is mentioned that I think of is when they turn away a little bit. And I watch my dogs. There's a lot of this stuff that we've studied with street dogs. We're learning more and more with the dogs in India. And so you learn to recognize these simples, like simply a dog will just turn away a bit. And it's not being rude. It's being polite. It's being courteous and just kind of turns away. It's dog body language when they meet someone or another dog. And they especially when it's a meeting, and it can be very different if they know the animal already or the person. But often it's the same. Often they'll do a little bit of a side glance, and maybe you'll just see their eyes turn. With the street dogs, you will see them. This stuff we know starts way before they're close together, because this stuff can start at a huge distance. That a dog is giving some body signals to another dog, and they're helping us when we learn to recognize these signals and respond. There's lip licking, just small, and like I said, the eyes or turning away a little bit. And when you learn to respect that, simply by either just you turning a bit sideways, just turn a little bit away yourself and then look back. They don't rush in. Dogs don't want people to rush in and pat their hands, pat their head, and jump all over them and do all this mega eye contact. That's not common dog body language at all. They need to, you can look and look away. Most dogs don't like when you stare them in the eye. And it's interesting, how many people do really force a dog to stare in the eye, whereas it's not good dog body language. You don't see dogs sitting and staring at each other in their eyes. It's not a common thing for them to do. They will look and look away. They may put their head down a bit, and just respecting that and giving them the space. That's the other thing, that for greetings, that dogs need a lot of space. I probably could go on and on about this. Years and years and years ago, I remember telling people before I ever got involved with dogs, if I had a friend that we wanted to walk our dogs together, let's walk parallel, let's just walk side by side, let's just go for a walk together and create that kind of a relationship, not making them go straight on to each other. I learned many years ago that I never walk straight up to a dog. You always go at an angle. If you notice that they will usually do that to themselves. They will walk around kind of at a curve, at an angle around to go and greet, and they don't do this big straight on thing. When you get rambunctious teenagers, they may do that. They may rush in, and or they can learn bad behaviors. But this is where we get to learn, and dogs, we can help dogs learn when we communicate with them. We can create trust. There's so many times that I've been with a dog and they have kind of reacted to something, and I will just like turn away, and it usually comes out of my mouth sometimes, come on, let's just go this way. And you can just feel, you can see their relief at not going near whatever it is that is pressuring them a little bit. Sometimes they just like to stop and take it in. Giving dogs that ability to take in the situation and take in what's going around them is something that we need to let them do. We can't, force them to move forward when they really don't want to. When there's something stopping them, you need to recognize that, and maybe even come back a little farther away, but give them the opportunity to. So that's body language. If they're stopping and staring, that's them saying that I need to stop. I need to sit here and take a look at all the stuff going around. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like, if you ever walked into a room or an event, and you kind of stop at the doorway and you just kind of look around first, right? You don't just like rush right into the middle somewhere. And so they like to take in the world too. Give them the time and the space to do that, and the opportunity. It can make such a difference for them, and it can build trust, because all of this. And there's also the eye blinking. I didn't mention that. I've seen so much of it with dogs. I've been watching this for a while now, and I've seen how many dogs will start to use their eyes. They're blinking with you as communication. And so learning these things, and understanding how you can put them when your dog needs it. If you give a little bit of a body signal back, I mean, we're not going to be doing some lip licking. We're not going to be licking our lips, but we can kind of look away and just turn away a bit for a second when they need it. Just be a little more sideways if they seem uncomfortable when you're straight on them. But looking for these little signals that they give you. Sometimes it's just space. Sometimes it's just being, courteous. They just kind of hi. They just kind of do a little side, and it's almost like saying hello. So learning them. I was going to mention a story today that happened to me this week with Ginger, because she had stitches that had to come out, and I didn't want to take her to the vet, so I was really hoping to get them out myself. And I spent time with her and really thinking about these calming signals and these body language. And when she was sitting and I was trying to just like, just even just touching her area where the stitches were on her back, I wanted her to be comfortable with that. And if she started looking uncomfortable, I did my own little kind of look away and, kind of talk to her a little bit. But just giving her some calming signals myself, just lowering my eyes, lowering my head a little bit. She was right. I could, her voice, her little deep throated growl would decrease when I did things like this. It's just more proof to me how much we can use this body language knowledge. We learn this stuff, what the dog is using, and learn how to read it and how to help them by responding, giving them space when they need it. Turning your head a little bit away. Don't be going straight at them. There's so much in dog body language that can really create trust and bond in your life and in your relationship. And your dog needs this. Dogs are always looking for it. Dogs are watching you all the time. They know. That's why a smile. My favorite thing to say is just try walking in a room and then putting a big smile on your face. You'll be amazed what it can do for a dog and how it can perk right up. They like happiness, and they like feeling comfortable and safe, and they like trusting you. They like trusting you to not force them into situations that they're not comfortable in. They need you. They want to trust you to know when they're feeling uncomfortable and to give them these things when they need them. It's so very important to for them. Um, Thinking about that, it just makes such a difference. Dogs have all, more or less all dogs have these rituals and these signals. Puppies are another one that they're learning, so it's ideal more when they learn with other animals, but it's also we can help them too, right? When they learn with their siblings and from their parents, we can learn. That gets them learning, and we can do our bit of helping them if we can. But puppies are a little crazy as they're learning and rambunctious, and so teenagers can be if they have learned bad behaviors like rushing in. It's This is something that they have learned, and we can help them with that. We can help them have a better experience with other dogs and with other people when we really start learning these signals. They're often called the shake it off is another one. There is so many. I'm working on a webinar. I would love to, if you're interested in the webinar that I will be having up coming up to do with body language and signals and how we can help with these calming signals, how we can help dogs learn to recognize them. As soon as you recognize them, you can make life even better. Throw in the comment here, um, calming signals, and I'd love to get you on the list. I'm very excited to be doing this. I know that there's a lot of dogs out there waiting to be heard, to be understood, and we are going to be able to do this. Um, just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Humans, I've got here. Humans touch, dogs do not. Dogs don't do a lot of touch when they greet and meet. It's not a natural thing for them to do. And I love this topic. I love talking about calming signals. Watch your dog. There's so many calming signals that they give to each other, and the calming is it's more courtesy and polite mannerisms. It's We call it calming signals because sometimes they're used to de-escalate a situation. The dog will be if another dog is kind of being a little bit um, maybe a little bit too rambunctious or too in their face or something. Like Chico is great. He will shake and he will turn away, and he's just trying to show the other dog to just relax. And other dogs know this language. So it's us that needs to learning environment, genetics, and self. It all matters. And we get to learn as we're going through this, and we get to help the dog to learn to trust us. And it's a lot of fun, and it's priceless. The benefits are just endless for your life and for your relationship with your dog. When you actually learn how to communicate with them, they appreciate it, and it makes your life so much better. If you want to learn more or connect with me, I would love to, give me a call. I'm going to put my address in here, right there, my email, the call. It's a free discovery call. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to grow this. I want to get clearer. I want to get better. I want to keep working for dogs. I'm involved in a great revolution. The family dog mediation is based on science, based on applied ethology, and it's really understanding who the dog is, understanding their genetics, giving them what they need. And I believe a lot of it starts right with learning how to communicate right from the beginning with them. It can really makes huge difference in your relationship right from day one. So give it a try. Give it a try. Watch your dog. See what body signals you see them giving, and and even find a way to respond, even if it's just turning or lowering your head, close your eyes. You would be amazed what it can do for them. They can sometimes, as with my dogs, like if he comes up and he does something to me, and I look at him and I put my head down a little bit, he just comes right in and snuggles. Like they're just amazing, and they just want clear connection and conversations with you. So have a great day. Please let me know if you are interested in the webinar. I haven't got the link up yet to start getting that out there, but I will. Don't be afraid to put in the chat if you're interested in this my calming and body signals webinar. And I hope you have a great day. Look at your dog. Think about spending time learning their language and its small, subtle things. It's amazing. Even with Hogan, I can sit there with him and kind of look at him a little sideways, and then I look away and look back, and he'll do the same thing. And we can do it once or twice, and then he'll put his head right into me. It's just so cute. It's just curl right up and full of love. So give it a try. Have a great day, and you know, let's get those custom solutions that fits your dog.